Lance Armstrong will be stripped of his Tour de France titles and banned from cycling for life after the sport's international governing body decided not to appeal the findings of a US anti-doping agency report. UCI President Pat McQuaid said Armstrong had no place in cycling, but insisted that the sport had a future.
The International Cycling Union announced today that it accepts the findings of a US anti-doping agency investigation into Lance Armstrong's doping activities.
The UCI will ban Lance Armstrong from cycling, and the UCI will strip him of his 7 Tour de France titles. Lance Armstrong has no place in cycling. And if I have to apologise now on behalf of the UCI, what I will say is that I am sorry that we couldn't catch every damn one of them red-handed and throw them out of the sport.
McQuaid said he had no intention of resigning, and the Dubliner insisted the union had nothing to hide over a $100,000 donation Armstrong made to the UCI in 2002.
There was nothing to be bought off, in actual fact. And the UCI would absolutely deny that that ever happened.
Sunday Times journalist David Walsh, who's been following this story for more than a decade, was today highly critical of the way UCI has dealt with the Armstrong scandal.
UCI has never wanted this report. They have never wanted the honesty that has led to it. They're embarrassed by it now, and basically they've thrown Armstrong under the bus, which Armstrong deserves. But they've done it not for the right reasons. They've done it for the reason to protect themselves.
Armstrong saw another one of his sponsors desert him today, and more financial troubles are likely to follow. On Friday, the UCI's management committee will meet to discuss what further measures it will take, including what to do about the placings and prize money for the Tour from 1999 to 2005. Claire McNamara, RTE News.
The sport's governing body faced some difficult questions at today's press conference in Geneva. But UCI President Pat McQuaid is not considering his own future.
When I took over as president of the UCI in 2005, I made the fight against doping as my priority. That still remains my priority. I admitted that and acknowledged that cycling had a culture of doping and that I was intent on changing that culture of doping. I think cycling has come a long way since then. There is a lot of evidence that that culture of doping is changing, has changed or is in the process of changing. And to answer your question, I certainly have no intention of resigning as president of the UCI.
McQuaid admits the war against doping is far from over, but he is optimistic about the future.
What was available to the UCI at that time to confront situations like this was much more limited compared to what is there now.
Lance Armstrong is expected to be formally stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles on Friday. Dave Kelly, RTE News.